So today in part 2 of this weekend with experts get PowerPoint slides and image in MS Excel, we'll see how we can create an image gallery and then get that gallery here and zoom the images. So the first part we saw that how we can open the PPT file, convert all those slides into images and bring the images as a slide in the MS Excel. But today we'll see how to get the images. So in this case, we are not creating any images. The images are already available. So if you want to get those images, we have to get the file names. The file names can be different. So here, in this case, we used to create the image and that we used to name them as slide 1, slide 2, slide 3. So it was easy for us to get the images. But when I copy and paste the image will be having different names. So in this case, what I have to do is I have to get those image names and then assign to the shapes what we are creating, and then we have to zoom that image. There will be a lot of process here. But again, let's make it very simple and see how we can do this process. Right. So first what we'll do, we'll see how to get the file names. That is the file names which are available in this images. Image. First step is we'll try to connect that folder and get the image name into my Excel sheet in this WKS file sheet. So let me delete this. So here we'll try to save all the file names. Now if you see here, I have a path here. Again, I've just copied and pasted here. The path is nothing but this path. That is the image path. Once I paste here, then I'll start coding it. First, let's take this path. So I'll go here. I'll create one module. Say for mod underscore, let's say image. Yeah. First, we'll say sub list file name. That means let's get the list of file name. First, let's take the path str image path as string. So what is the path? That is in R3 of WKS files. Say str image path equals WKS files dot range of, take this R3 dot file. Fine, I got the path. Next is we'll see how to connect from Excel to that folder and get the file names. So for this, what I have to do is first I have to go here to this tools and say reference, enable this Microsoft scripting runtime. There's a library called as Microsoft scripting runtime. Then what I'll do, I'll create two variables. One is for the folder and other one is for the file in that folder. Say dim obj folder as object. And then one more variable I'll take obj file as object. Now we'll try to assign some values for this, that is assign the object for this two variables which you have created. One is the file. We'll take this, say set obj file equals new scripting dot file system object. This is called as FSO objects. This is actually to connect to the folder and get the files. This is for file. Next one we'll see the folder. Let's say set obj folder equals obj file dot say get folder, and we'll give this path, say str image path. So what this will do, it will give me the connection between the file and the folder which is there in this path. Now we'll take all the file names of those images which are available in that folder. So how to access that? So what I'll do, I'll say for each obj file in obj folder.files, the next obj file. Here what will happen is, it will take all the files, whatever is there in this particular folder. I have already named this, but don't worry, any names if you put here, I'll tell you how to rename these objects. So here if you see, I'm just taking the obj file as an object in this folder, all the files. So if you want to get the file name, I'll say obj file.name. If you give this, it will give me the file name. Now here, to navigate between all the images, what I'll do, I'll take one variable which is incremental variable, that is dim intr as integer. This intr will take here, say equals intr plus 1. So this will give me the increment. Now I have this obj.name which will give me the file name. So let's save this somewhere here, that is in this double case files in Q11. From Q11 we'll store all the files. But what we'll do is, before this, we'll try to rename all the images which will be similar name, so that will be easy for me to write the code. Otherwise what will happen, say images names are different, then I have to take that images, and again for the thumbnails what we are creating, so we cannot connect it properly. So instead of that, we'll give a uniform name like this, say image 1 2 3, like what we did for our previous session, that is PPT, that is slide 1 slide 2 slide 3. Same concept we'll do here, and we'll name it. So we cannot go and name it manually all the images. Let's say I have some 150 images, it will become difficult for me. So instead of that, so what we'll do is we'll try to name the say file name. So for that we'll write one more code. Now what we'll do, we'll go here, we'll store the file name in this one, that is here, say in Q11. Let me go here, I'll say wks files dot range of, say q ampersand intr plus 10 dot value equals, let's name it like this, image ampersand intr. Now if you see this will give me all the file name, that is img 010203, something like that. But here let's go and say the image as .jpg. Okay, so here we'll say obj file dot name equals img image ampersand intr ampersand dot jpg. Keep it like this. We are trying to rename this, that is the image. Now before this, what I'll do, I'll check all the images, because there are different names. So what we'll do is, now if you are renaming it, if I'm trying to, let's say for example, I pasted one new image here. When I paste this while renaming it, it will go and say image1. Since there will be already one image available here, so that will actually say the file is existing and it will not rename that. You might get some error. So for that, what I'll do, I'll create one more code here. Just copy this and we'll paste it here, and we'll say the images whatever is there, we'll name it as temp. All the images will name it as temp first. So when I run this, you just observe, let me just check this whether it is working. Okay, you just run this. If you go and check this images, see all are actually named as temp. You paste some more images here, these images will be named as temp. After this, again we'll go here, we'll run this code, so that the names will be according to our need, that is we'll say image 1 2 3 4 5. Now if I add some more extra images here also, what it will do is it will just try to rename this as temp because this is for temporary names I'm giving. Now let me execute this, and if you see, I'm getting this as image with the names whatever is there, say 1 2 3 whatever. You'll get this. Let's go back here. We need to get the names here. For that we'll go and we'll say here, we'll take this intr, we'll repeat this from 0. So what has happened is it is continued with this name. Now let's go to this sheet and see. It's gone somewhere here because this intr what is there, we didn't reassigned it. So what has happened here, intr is getting increased, so it is coming here and is continuing with the same value. So we have to give intr equals 0. Now let's run this. See, first this will become temp1 temp2 or whatever. Let's go here and then we'll run this code. So this will change the name to image 1 2 3 4 5. You add any new images also, it will just continue with this say names. Right, now we got the file names. Next is we need to create the thumbnails like yesterday what we created. So we created some thumbnails here like this. The same code we can use. So I don't have to again sit and write the code. So what we'll do is we'll take the same code and slightly modify for this image gallery sheet. So we'll go here. We'll copy this image, whatever we have. Just copy this and we'll put it here. Right. Now we'll try to change this, say image. I'm just changing the name because it will become a duplicate here otherwise. So here I just named it. Now let's go here and we'll just change the path because you copy the same code. Here I'll go and I'll change the path. Let's say we'll take this path as R3. Let's go back. I'll make it as R3. Say the files, the count, whatever is there, that is there in D8. So here we'll take this one, that is Q8. Right? It will give me the number of files here. Next one, what you see here is the thumbnail deleting. Suppose if I created some thumbnails here, so that has to get deleted. In this case, what we'll do is we'll take it as image instead of slide because I'm naming my image. Say the images as image. So in PPT we had named it as slide, so I've kept it as slide. Next, what I'll do, I'll go here, say I'm creating this thumbnails here, so everything is similar to that. Only thing is here, instead of slide, I'll make it as image. So wherever you see that image, we'll just change it. And here it says WKS PPT slides. I'll give it as WKS image gallery. And let's go and see if there are any changes to be done. Now this action, whatever is there, the image, loading the image, the program, still we have not written. So we'll just make it comment. First we'll check whether the thumbnails are getting created properly. Let's go and check this. If they're created properly, then we can go and load the. So let me just see. Okay, this is for me fine. Next we'll check this. Check one image. Okay, it's coming here. If I run this, okay, I'm getting the images like this. Suppose if you want, say in horizontal way, that also you can do. This is for getting the images. It is working fine. Now we have to write a code for assigning a macro for this, which we have commented here because still we have not written the code here for loading image. Next, what we'll do, we'll go here. We had written one code, that is this one. We can take the same shape. you don't have to again and again create everything, because already if you are created, say I'll just copy this, the same thing whatever is there here, I'll go to this gallery and I'll put it here. See, both the situations, both the logics are same. One is from PPT, we are converting that into image and then taking, but here what we are doing, we are taking the direct images itself, but we don't know where it is. We have taken the path and we have taken the image and we have assigned here. This is one more way of getting the images. Now whatever image I'm clicking here, that should get populated here. So for that, what I'll do, I'll go back. For that also, again, we had this image, means the code. Let me copy this and I'll paste it here. Now for this, I'll just give another name. So whatever you're given here, say load image underscore, I'll say image. Why I'm giving a different name is, if you have two same name, then you might face some problem of say duplicate names. Fine. Here it says image path. Again, we'll change this to R3, which we changed here. Let's come down. Here this application.color, let it be as is. And here it says PPT slides. So this one we'll change this, say WKS image gallery. Fine. You're given the same name, so let it be as is. Now here it says image ampersand str file name dot jpg. So str file name, here we'll change this also image. So str file name will be nothing but the application.color, which is actually the shape which we have clicked. So that name will be assigned to this. Now let me copy this macro and we'll put it here in this on action. Now we'll run this code so that this macro, whatever is there, which you have written for loading the image in the image gallery, will be loaded. So let's run it again. See, it will get loaded. Now when I click on this, it should run this macro, that is load image underscore image. So let's check whether it is assigned. I selected this, right click, and if I go to this assign macro, see, load image. So this macro is assigned. And also if I select this, I can see this image1. That means the name also has been changed. See, image2, image3, right. Now when I click on this, here this shape should get this image. Let's go and check. Okay, let me click here. Yes, it's coming. See, so whatever image is there, you can just click on this. Let me select this, select one of the images. If you want to make the border a little thicker, or if you want to make some format, you can go here, say select the border white color, and then I'll increase the weight. I'll give some shadow effect for the shape. Go to format and I'll give some shadow effect. See, now whatever you click, that will get enlarged here. Fine. Let's go back and we'll copy this close slide and we'll put it here. Here again, let me just say, I'm just changing the code, that's all. And here I'll change the sheet name. Let's copy and we'll go and assign this to the close button, assign macro. Now if I click on this, this will get closed. Now click on this. So same concept, but here what we are getting to learn is how to get the file names from a folder and then how to rename the files. So here it's not only about the images what you're renaming. Suppose if you have any file, say it can be Excel files, CSV files, or whatever. If you want to name this, I can use these codes which I've given here. So this will be very useful for renaming the files. This is for getting the images in my Excel sheet, that is getting the image and enlarging. It is very similar to what we did here, but here we are taking the PPT slide, here we are taking the image. Right. Suppose if you want to have one image and you want to scroll it, that also you can do. That is again very simple. There I don't have to write any code like this, just have to access the image here. Let's say I'll copy this and I'll put it here. Here I have this image. I don't want this close button, so what I'll do, I'll just ungroup this and we can delete this X. But here I need one scroll button, that is next button. So either I can keep it here or anywhere, wherever you want. Let me just insert one shape. I'll just insert one shape like this somewhere here on top or anywhere, wherever you feel. Just adjusting it. Any color we can give. Let's say I'll give white color, no line, and we'll give some shadow effect. So this will actually give me some place where I can put that arrow. Let me go here, say insert, and we'll take two arrow shapes and we'll put it here. This is to scroll. And again, I'm telling you, this is just a logic what I'm giving. You can use it for any other uses as well. So if you have any requirement, something similar to this, you can use it. So I have one arrow like this, and we'll take one more arrow and let me rotate this like this. So we'll shade this, remove the outline, and we'll name this as SHP previous, and we'll select this and we'll say SHP next. You can keep these two here like this, right? So when I click on this next button, so here I should get the image that is next. I can keep using that as a gallery. For this, what we can do is we can just take the same image, whatever is there, image loading, the same thing we can take and slightly we can modify it. That's all. So what we'll do, we'll go here. So here I had this load image. I can copy the same code. Here it is loading the image, right? The same code I can take here. Let's say I'll copy this. Let's create one more module, F4, say mod underscore image. So I'll just paste it. I'll say load image. We'll write it as next. So in this case, what will happen is when I'm clicking on this, depending on the slide number or the image number, it has to load the image. In the previous example, I had taken this shape as application.color. That means it was taking the shape name it was giving. But here I have only one shape where if I click on this next button, it should increase the shape, say the file name, and then it should give me the results. So for this, what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll take one index number. So index number will be here. Say I've taken one index, say we'll take one say index number here which is in U8. So this can be 1, 2 or whatever, or it can be 0 also, no problem. I have used this space, that is U8, for checking the index. So when I click on this next button, this should get increased. Say it is 1, again if I click on this, it should become 2, 3, 4 like this. So first what we'll do, we'll go and we'll assign this value to one variable. I'll say dim int index as integer. Let me copy this index. So this should increase actually. So what we'll do, after loading this image or say anywhere before, so I'll just take this and we'll put it here. Say index equals wks file start range of u8 dot value. So this will give me the index, and here the file name will be image ampersand this index number. So what we'll do, we'll go here, we'll take this image name, that is file name equals image ampersand int index. So what will happen here is, here when I click on this next button, this will get increased, and whatever number is there here, that will get assigned to this index number, and that will be appended with the file name here. That is image and the file. That is the index number. Then what will happen, whatever the file name is there here, that will get loaded in my shape, whatever I have here, this one. Let's go back and we'll see. We'll remove this group because we have deleted that group. First, just we'll see whether it is working. Say F8. Okay. We'll remove this application.caller. This is not required now. Run this. Okay. Now when I click on this, this should become 2. That is, this value should become 2. So what I'll do, I'll go here and we'll see how we can increase this. So here, this index should get added as 1. That means plus 1. So here we'll say U8 equals index plus 1. That means when I click on this, this should become 2. That means it is going to the next image. Now let's run this and see. Equals. See, now this will become 2. Okay. Now next time when I run this, see, it is going to the next image. Let's go and we'll try to assign the macro here for this button. This is we are just doing for next. Let's see whether this will work. Okay, it's not working. Let's see what is the mistake. Okay, this is getting changed. The index is U8. Let's check this. Path is right. Then we have this index which is 5. Images 5. Loading. Okay, this should be WKS image zoom, because it is going and putting that into gallery shapes, because we have the same name here. Let's go here and we'll change this and see. Okay, see, let me click on this. Yes, the previous mistake was I had not given the proper name here. I had given this one as the sheet. Now it is going and changing. But here what will happen is, once it reaches the maximum value, this will throw error, because the next value whatever is there, see, this will become more than 15. But here I have only 15 images. So whatever value is there here, so it should not go beyond that. If it is going, then it should hide this shape. Which one? This shape. So what we'll do here, we'll take this value into one more variable. I'll say temp int k as integer. That means I'm taking one more variable to check if it is going beyond int k, that is if it is going beyond 15, then it should stop. So what we'll do, we'll go here, we'll put one if condition saying that if int k is greater than or equals to int c, that is if, sorry, we'll say int c is greater than or equal to int k, we'll give like this, then end if. So what should happen, if it is reaching the last image or say last number, the shape which is there, that is shape next, should get hidden. I'll go here, let's say WKS image zoom dot shapes of shp next dot visible equals true. So visible equals, we'll make it as false. That means it should become false. Else, let's make shp previous as visible. That means let it be visible. This one, the increment, let it be inside this. Now let's check this. Let's make it as 1. Let me go here. INTC is not defined. INTC as integer. Let's try this. What is it saying? The shape next is not. Let's go and check. Did we rename this? Okay. SHP next. And this one SHP previous. Sorry, we had not renamed this. That's why it is not. It is throwing error. Let's run this. See, let's go and change this to 1. And now we'll make it visible once. Let's make it visible. So now let's debug this. We'll assign the macro. Yes, it's already assigned. Let's put one breakpoint and check whether it is working. Let's run this. F8. Check the index number. Index number is 1. Then we'll go here. Say 0. Here is this INTC. I think you have not taken INTC. That's why it is showing here. So INTC is what? Okay. We've taken IntIndex here. We'll make it as IntIndex. INTK have you assigned? No. We'll assign that as well. Say INTK equals WKS files dot range of this value. Since we are not assigned, so what it is doing, it is going out of the if condition dot value. Let's run this again. How this INTK and IntIndex. So here IntIndex should be 1. 1 is greater than or equals to 15, which is false. So what it will do, it will go here to the false section and it will increase. Let's go and check this. Yes, see, let's keep doing this. Let's see once it reaches the end, so what will happen. So it is stopping here. See, now what I'll do, we'll go here, we'll copy this and we'll paste it here and we'll make it as previous. Previous means it should be minus. Now we'll just say if IntIndex equals 1, we'll make it as 1. That means if it reaches 1, it should stop. That is the previous one. But this should become false. So here we'll change this to here. That is the previous one should become false. And this one, go and put it here. This will make it as false. Let this be true. Here also we'll just change it to false so that it will hide. For just testing purpose, I just given this as true. Now what we'll do, we'll change this to false. Now this should be -1. So what this will do, once it reaches 1, let's assign this macro. This shape should get hidden. Right. So what is this? It says 15. Now let's go back. See, it's going back. Let's go and see once it reaches the first image, it should get hidden. See, it's gone. I can see it is 1. Now let's go to this. Previously I had not given it as false. That's why it was showing. Now let's go and see. See, it will get hidden once it reaches 15. So now I cannot go further because we have given a code such a way that it has to get hidden. Now when I go here, see, again this will get appeared. So I can go here and check like this. So you can create one image gallery like this as well. This will be very helpful when you have so many images, or say if you have some employee images, or say some events you have done and you have to show that in Excel, then these codes or say these concepts will be very useful. So let's summarize with yesterday's part and today's part. So we learned about how to connect to the PPT and then get all the slides, convert that into image and put that into on thumbnails, and then use that as a say slide. We can say, you know, a slide or image gallery. And then we also saw how to get these images from a folder to my Excel sheet and then zoom that. And also we saw how we can navigate between the images which are available in the folder. Okay, so this is what we have for this weekend with experts.